Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Cara. If you've been here for a while, welcome back. I have another fun video today. I did, 11 things nobody tells you about pregnancy. And now I have another one, 11 things no one tells you after having a baby. And I just figured that it would be another fun video to share with you guys. A little serious, a little fun, a little goofy, that type of stuff. But I just wanted to share it before this baby gets here because it's all stuff that I am not looking forward to. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up down below and hit that red subscribe button just above the description box. There will also be a picture on the end screen of my face and you can click that to subscribe as well. Any corresponding videos will pop up throughout the video in the cards above. My Twitter and Instagram handles are down below in the description bar as well. So let's get into it. The first thing nobody tells you is you will be sleep deprived. So there's a level of sleep deprived that you expect to have, but you're going to be above that. Between worrying about your baby at night, worrying if they're getting enough sleep, enough food, you're going to be exhausted all the time. You're going to be taking naps whenever you can. You're going to be sleep deprived. Just know that whatever you're expecting, expect more because that's just the right thing to do. Number 2, you will pee yourself. After you have a baby, all those muscles are relaxed. They've just stretched wide open to let a baby out. Chances are you will end up peeing yourself. If you have an epidural, you will probably end up getting a catheter. So, I guess that technically counts for peeing yourself as well. But if you have had pain medication or an epidural, all those muscles are still going to be kind of limp, I guess you could call it, and you will probably end up peeing yourself. And the next couple days after, you could end up peeing yourself. You could be like, oh, I'm all set, I don't have to pee that bad, and all of a sudden you just start trickling out pee. So same thing as in number 11, what nobody tells you about being pregnant. When you pee yourself, it happens after the baby gets here too. Number 3, it will hurt to poop. So you think it hurts to poop when you're pregnant because nothing comes out and it's just baby's head is in the way, you get constipated and it's not fun. It's even worse after you have a baby. Again, all those muscles are relaxed, they're sore. If you tore or had an episiotomy, it hurts so bad. The first bowel movement that you have, they often recommend a lot of stool softeners and that type of stuff to get things moving, a lot of fiber, a lot of water because it hurts that bad. So be prepared if you have to poop that it's gonna hurt. Number 4. You will need a peri bottle after you have a baby. And this one's not a bad thing. I very much so enjoyed my peri bottle, especially with Olivia. I did tear. I pushed too hard, didn't give enough time to stretch and everything tore. But, well, not everything, but I tore slightly. So the peri bottle is my best friend. You just put some nice warm water in there and while you're peeing, you just spray it on and it keeps the pee from hitting that tear. It even feels good even if you haven't torn or didn't need an episiotomy just because that area is so sore from pushing a baby out. It just feels nice and helps rinse everything off, keep it clean at the same time when things may still be hard to find or see down there. So peri bottles are amazing. Don't forget to use one. 5, you will need help. Don't be afraid to ask for it. Don't be afraid to take up people on the offer to help. If your husband, your boyfriend, your significant other, your wife, whoever in your life, family wants to offer you help so you can take a nap, take a shower, get stuff done around the house, or if they offer to help clean your house so you don't have to, take them up on it. Do it. If they offer to make you food and send it home with you, take it. Do it. It's so much easier not to have to worry about that small stuff. My husband was really great about helping at night with Kinsley when she was a baby. He'd go and get her, I'd feed her, he'd go put her back type deal. Because Kinsley didn't like bottles, she just wanted to strictly nurse. So there wasn't much that he could do in that sense, but if somebody offers you help, no matter what kind of help it is, take it. Even if it's 5 minutes to go wash your hair in the shower because you haven't bathed in 3 weeks, take the help. So number 6, you could get the baby blues, which is postpartum depression. Postpartum depression is a very real thing. It's a very serious thing. You may think that everything is going great in your life. You're not going to get it. You're as happy as can be. It can still hit you. You may feel disconnected from your baby. You could have a hard time supplying your milk. Baby could have a bad latch. You could just be exhausted. You could just, anything can trigger it. You could be crying all the time and just feel helpless and alone. Get help. Talk to your midwife. Talk to your OB. Talk to your significant other about it. Get help for it. It will only make you feel better. Don't feel ashamed. A lot of women get postpartum depression. It's totally normal, but please, please, please make sure that you get help for it. Please. I'm begging you because It's not fun to deal with on your own at all, especially with a new baby that you should be ecstatic about. Number 7, your boobs will leak. So I suggest getting a good nursing bra and some good nursing pads, whether you want to use reusable ones or just the toss away ones. I just use the Lancino toss away ones because they're so much easier, but your boobs are gonna leak, and you may think like you're okay. You hear another baby cry that's not your own, your boobs are gonna start leaking, and if you don't have pads in, it's gonna leak through your shirt, and I have personally had that happen, and I had a pad in, but I didn't bring extras. I had run out and didn't realize it, and it started leaking through my tank top, which in and of itself was quite embarrassing. Of course, people understand if you've got a new baby with you that can end up happening, but yeah, no, your boobs are gonna leak. And even if you decide that you don't want to nurse and you want to formula feed, you still have to get your boobs to go back to the way they were before, and you're still gonna leak. So just know that the girls are gonna be working overtime, and at night, if your baby doesn't wake up often, you're gonna make a mess. I used to make a mess all over our bed. Number 8. So you are going to pass a lot of blood after baby gets here. I mean, obviously a lot of women expect that, like it's gonna happen. You went 9-10 months without having a period, everything built up in there, all of your placenta and everything has to detach and clean out, and your uterus has to shrink again. But the amount of blood, most people don't realize like how much you're gonna pass. You have to get the placenta out, and then you have all these clots and stuff that come out, and I think I had 3 weeks worth of bleeding after I had Kinsley, and I was passing huge clots right after she was born. It's normal, you're supposed to do it because it means that everything's getting back how it's supposed to, but it's also painful, like the worst period cramps of your life. And actually, honestly, I think they were worse than contractions after she was born, just your uterus shrinking back down. And then when the nurses come in to push on your belly, ugh, worst feeling ever. Totally prepare yourself for it, because nobody warns anybody of that. Like when the nurses push on your belly to help shrink your uterus, they like massage it. It hurts bad. So just be prepared, ask for pain medication beforehand, something. It does not feel good. But the clots, just be prepared because there's going to be a lot of them, and the nurses usually want to check on them to make sure they're either shrinking or that there isn't more of them. So just be prepared to share your bodily fluids with everybody. Number 9. So those big elephant pads that they give you in the hospital, oh, if your hospital provides them, mine does, yes, you can totally see them through your pants. It's inevitable. Like I asked Josh when we were getting ready to leave with Kinsley, I was like, can you notice that I have a pad on? No, babe. You can totally notice it. Don't let them fool you. You can see it. It's a pain, but best invention ever, especially when you're passing all those clots. Number 10. So in the hospital, you are going to be touched by so many people that you don't think your body is your own anymore. It's pretty easy to say it that way. When I had Olivia and Kinsley, I had this one nurse, her name was Wendy, and well, actually I don't think I had her with Kinsley, she just came in to visit. I think it was with Olivia. She manhandled my boobs. So she was trying to get Liv to latch on. Liv didn't have a problem latching or anything, but just the first time that she was latching, so she took my boob in one hand, took Liv's head in the other, and went boom, like full boob out and everything, like not worried about anything. When you're having your baby, they'll like put their hands all over you, like helping you get the baby out, and like pull your legs back for you, and they're checking everything out. Like you are going to be out there for everybody to touch and see, and just be prepared for it because they're going to see every part of you, and it's inevitable. You can't get around it. So I don't have 11 fingers, but number 11, people are going to tell you what's best for your baby, and honestly, there's no way around this one either. You're gonna have a mother-in-law, a mom, a grandmother, sisters, cousins, friends, aunts, everybody telling you what is best. I mean, and I just listed women, but men do it too, that think they know what is best for your baby. Don't listen to them if you don't want to. Just take it with a grain of salt. You know, you can just sit there and listen and just nod your head and agree, and then you totally don't have to do it. You know, instead of starting a war and being like, this isn't what's best for my baby, you just listen to it. You don't have to do it when you go home. It's your baby. You do what you want. Sometimes the advice is nice though, if it's something you didn't think about or something that you didn't think to try. But then again, you don't have to do it. It's just advice. I mean, if you want to say something and be like, look, I appreciate the advice, but it needs to be on an ask basis, like I'm gonna ask you and then you give it. I just don't want you to give it. Those are just 11 things that people don't usually tell you about having a baby. I know some of them are more obvious, but people don't usually go in depth with them about how severe they are or how bad it can get or how handsy people are, or, you know, I mean, it is pretty obvious that most of it happens, but again, nobody tells you how severe it is. And I just figured I would share for those of you that are about to have babies and don't know. Just prepare yourself, because it's a ride of a lifetime, but it is so worth it. I wouldn't trade any of it for anything. I love my girls. I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't change anything. It is embarrassing the first time you have a baby. You're spread eagle on the table. Everybody's looking at your crotch. You could have your boobs hanging out. You know, I mean, as soon as you start pushing that baby out, you're going to forget about it and just think about how quickly you're going to be able to hold your sweet bundle of joy that you have been waiting to meet for so long. But I hope this video helped you guys out. It was supposed to be funny and just like a little bit of helpful advice just to prepare yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.